Arif, specifically what I wanted to ask you was, we've spent some time in Elamir, I've been to Karisandra as well. What I want to hear from you is just your thoughts on, do you think we said less than 20% people had borrowed? I mean, do you think that's kind of realistic? Even getting into the pandemic, that was the number of people, households that had borrowed. Do you think that number is much higher than that? That's our sort of lower bound. We feel that that's a lower bound. There are more households that borrow. But what might be the constraints, in addition to what you want to share about their situation? What are the other constraints because of which you feel people might not be disclosing their indebtedness, the fact that they have borrowed?
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Well, my condition is like the shutter is down and at that time a customer is coming in. So that's the worst part. Anyways, I'm not going to take more time. What I want to highlight is the findings were not surprising. The survey findings that we have had are not surprising. Indeed, this survey helped us to understand or pinpoint as to what are the issues that are there in a community or in a settlement. Usually when we start working with a settlement, there are many aspects to work with. But this survey helped us to know that these are the areas that we need to work with. Specifically mentioning about women, right? And also what can't be measured cannot be achieved. So this survey has helped us in getting the specific statistics and data. So this has not only helped the APU, it has also helped organizations like us who are working in the settlements, in slums, to understand where to focus. So I'm really glad that this is acting as a platform for representing the communities that we come from, and also putting our plea in front of the government. And I'm really very thankful to the volunteers. We already had the BHR survey. On top of that, even this was added. And I'm really grateful to all the volunteers, indeed everyone present here. Thank you so much. Because the vaccination thing is going to come to an end. But what I strongly feel is that this survey is going to actually go a long way. And this can be possible only if there is cooperation and support from the government. Like how for vaccination, the BHCs and the government pitched in, like they shook hands with the local NGOs. If the same thing could happen, we would see a greater impact, is what I feel. With regards to Gaurav's question as to the loans that people borrowed, as the survey says that there were 91.5% of people living in rented houses. So during lockdown, they had no business, there was no income, they had lost their jobs, and also the street vendors. So the slums were majorly hit. But the main reason, this could also be one of the reasons, that the rent was mounting up, and there were some owners who were generous enough to waive off, say, 1 or 2 months of their rent. But majority of them were very keen and very adamant that they have to get the full rent. I hope most of you all agree with that. And even that was a big concern. That's the reason they had borrowed. And I strongly feel that the survey report is underestimated. It is indeed more. It might somewhere be around 20 to 30% as well. That is one thing. And to end my talk, I would like to highlight how it has affected the teachers community, since I come from education. So I was worried that we used to get distress calls from teachers. They have never been on roads collecting ration or collecting any groceries. But the COVID lockdown had made them, they were desperate and asking us if we could get groceries delivered to our house, because we feel a little shy to go and stand in front of people and collect, because there are students from the community. That was one big issue. So even teachers should be considered. Along with that, the students' plea. We recently opened an academy which is free of cost, because in COVID, the education was also majorly hit. The parents were not able to pay the fee, and they were indeed planning to remove their kids and put them into government schools, but the schools denied giving them TCs. So that was again, they have to pay 8th, 9th and 10th fee, the previous year fee. But then, with regards to online education, the students were able to retain only 40% of what was taught pre-COVID. and after that it's all totally gone. So the fundamentals have already been erased from their memories. So if the government could pitch in and come up with more initiatives with regards to education in the settlements wherever we are working with, and also most of the people in slums are the migrants, and they had no one to be taken care of. So during first lockdown, people helped a lot, but the second lockdown, even the people who helped were not having enough funds to help. At that time, maybe the government could have done more. Anyways, we are really happy that in many ways the government helped in healthcare. In similar ways, I would like to paraphrase Mr. Hegde's 5 factors. That has been really very, it's like a summary. So if government could help with these initiatives and work with the NGOs, that will be very helpful. Thank you so much.
Arif ಹೇಳಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಭಾಗ ಅಂದರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ NGOಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ NGO ಅಥವಾ CBOಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಗಗಳ ಜನರು ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಈ ರೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯೂನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮುಜುಗರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರದ ಜನರನ್ನ ಅವರು ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೆರವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಆ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅದೇನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯಕರ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲವು ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋರ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ನಾವೇನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯ ಜನ ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಳ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ಕೆಲಸ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಹಣ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ತೀರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಸಾಲ ಪಡಿಬೇಕಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನೆರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ ಅಂಶವನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್. ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತುಕತೆ
Thank you so much to all the panelists for sharing your thoughts and sharing your time, for coming here. This has been really useful for us and for everyone here in the audience. Now, for the next 10-15 minutes, we would like to open the floor to the audience here. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, we would also like to invite representatives of organizations who are not here, but they participated in the survey. If anyone wants to share their thoughts, maybe totally about 3-4 people, if you can take 2 minutes each to share any thoughts that you have from this whole exercise.